Hello and happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Sports Corner. I'm Austin Arnold.
And I'm Ian Herman.
The Kent State football team had a chance to go 2-2 on Saturday as they traveled to Capital One Field at Maryland Stadium, and to the game we go. As Kent State trying to do everything they can to just beat a Big Ten team in general, but Taulia Tagovailoa hits Dante Demas down the field for 34 yards out. That's a touchdown to put Maryland up 7-3. But for Dustin Crum, the party would get started offensively as he finished with 308 yards, and this strike down the field to Dante Cephas was huge. Sets up Kent State on their second offensive drive of the game, and Andrew Glass would later on have a 32-yard field goal attempt, and that would be good to cut the lead to 7-6. But the fun didn't stop for Maryland as Tagovailoa in the red zone to Raheem Jarrett on a 3rd and goal. That makes it 14-6 Maryland. Dustin Crum here finds his man Dante Cephas yet again to get it inside the 20-yard line, but a fumble for Kent State is costly as the Terrapins will go ahead and recover it, and that would just kill all the momentum that Kent State had going into that drive. Maryland up 21-6 at this point. Now it's 30-9. Tagovailoa, he's on the run, finds Corey Dyches for the 9-yard touchdown, makes it 37-9. But Kent State gets a touchdown at the very end of the game, 15 yards out to Dante Cephas, 37-16 your final. And here is Coach Sean Lewis after the game.
Fight to the very, very end. I'm really pleased with the way that our kids fought all through this non-conference schedule. And now we get to turn the page. We get into MAC play. We got a very good Bowling Green team coming into our house that we need to prepare for the right way. And again, I know we're going to do that because of who we are and the character that we've revealed and we've showed ourselves to be. The outcomes are not what we want. And we just talked about that in the locker room, that these obviously aren't the outcomes. This isn't the position that we want to be sitting in, but we can't control outcomes. We can control how we respond. We can control our work ethic. We control our preparation. We control how we carry ourselves. And our kids are going to walk out here with their heads held high, know that they fought to the end because that's who we are. And the circumstances and the situation doesn't dictate how we respond, who we are, or change our character of our Flash Fest family.
Now, Ian, going into homecoming weekend, you have to almost expect that Kent State's going to have they're going to be guns out ablaze, and they do play Bowling Green for homecoming. And Bowling Green just had a really tough win against Minnesota this past week.
That is correct. I think that Kent State will win this game upcoming against Bowling Green. I know Kent State didn't win the game, the 3 out of the 4 Power 5 games, but I believe that Kent State will win this one. They had a lot of key mistakes that cost them in those games, but I think entering MAC play, they are set up to win this conference and potentially go undefeated in the conference.
I agree with you. And for Kent State, they did let up 526 total offensive yards against Maryland, but Maryland's a Big Ten school. Maryland, they're just levels above Kent State. But for Kent State, I think one of the keys, and I don't know if you agree with me, offensively, you just have to keep firing on all cylinders.
Oh, for sure. Got to get Dustin Crum going. He played a good game, over 300 yards. That's what you want to see from him, especially in those games. I know a lot of them could have been at the end of the game when they were getting smoked. And then getting that run game going, especially against VMI, we got to get that going, get this offense back what they have been doing, and I think in MAC play that'll show.
I totally 100% agree with you there. Kent State, you know, they have this game next. This is Saturday, October 2nd, their homecoming game. They will be playing at 3:30 on ESPN+. This is to start off MAC play, so, you know, for Kent State fans, this is exciting because after the VMI game.
And now we will go to Minnesota where Bowling Green was visiting, and we'll pick it up in the second quarter. Matt McDonald will take the handoff, and he'll keep it himself to put the Falcons up 7-3 in this one. And now to the third quarter, the Gophers are on offense, and another quarterback keeper there. Cole Kramer, 19 yards to the house. Minnesota up 10-7, trying to avoid the upset. And now under a minute in the third, McDonald will take another one himself, the third quarterback touchdown of the game. That puts Bowling Green up 14-10, and the Gophers are on upset alert. Now to the fourth quarter we go. Minnesota with a ditch effort to win this one. Kramer, with time, he will throw down the middle, but it is picked off by Jordan Anderson. That seals the deal. Falcons win 14-10, completing the upset.
Tennessee, that Tennessee game is very similar to a lot of our non-conference games. And they battle South Alabama, where it comes down to some freak plays here and there. But that thing, if the ball bounces the right way, it literally, could be their ball game. They win. They handle Murray State on their homecoming. Go up there, they're finding ways to win. So it really locked in our guys even more so that this ain't the BG team from the past couple of years. They're improved. They're better. They put in work. and it's going to be a great action football game.
It is going to be a great football game, like Coach Lewis just said. I have the final score, however, being 60-20. As much as Bowling Green's last win was very good morally for them, and for the record, it shows that they can hang with a Big Ten team. I just think that Kent State, when you play two top 5 teams at the time, and then you play a high offensively powered Maryland team, it's hard to keep up defensively on that note. And for that reason, I think just because of harder competition that Kent State's played, rather than what Bowling Green has faced this year, 60-20 is my final. I think offensively, Kent State gets it rolling, and defensively, they will cause turnovers. That's what I have going down for this weekend.
And for my picks, I have Kent State winning it 51-31. The Flashes have not had the best start of the season, but there have been big turning points in their 3 losses that if it went different, they had a chance to win those games, such as that fumble in the Maryland game. I believe the Flashes' offense will be too much for Bowling Green's defense. They are coming off a huge win against Minnesota, but wins like that happen every now and then, and the Falcons will not be able to replicate that and beat Kent State. And on Thursday, the Kent State women's soccer team took on Akron at home in the Crystal Clinic Wagon Wheel game. Kent's Kyla Porter scored the lone goal in the contest during the 25th minute off an assist from Sienna Stambolic. This game opened up Kent's MAC schedule. Their second MAC game came Sunday against Buffalo, where the Flashes and Bulls tied 0-0 after double overtime. Kent got 11 shots on goal and Buffalo had 14. And the Flashes will be back in action this Thursday against the Toledo Rockets.
The number 23 ranked Kent State field hockey team took on the number 1 ranked team in the country, Michigan, and unfortunately the Flashes conceded a late goal to fall to the Wolverines 2-1. The Flashes' only goal was scored by Katie Worsley, assisted by Ashley Bonnet. The Wolverines regained the lead late in the 4th, and the Flashes did not have enough time for a comeback. Kent State will travel to Louisville, Kentucky to take on Bellarmine on Saturday, October 2nd at 1 p.m.
And the Kent State women's volleyball team took on the Ball State Cardinals this weekend in their MAC opener. On Friday afternoon, the Flashes won 3-2 after an epic 17-15 set with Melissa Colabrasi scoring the last 3 points in the final match. Erin Gardner made her season debut with 25 digs, and Savannah Matthews hit a new career high with 27 kills. The Flashes faced off against the Cardinals again on Saturday, where they fell 3-0. Kent fought hard, but in the end was overwhelmed by Ball State, but they'll be back this Friday at Toledo.
And from the hardwood to the putting greens, the men's golf team is in Illinois today for the Wyndon Memorial Tournament. With the first round coming to a close soon in Glencoe, the Flash squad have both Jordan Gillickson and Chris Van Dett tied in the third place at 4 strokes under par. Kent State has 2 other golfers in the top 40 for the field as the team sits tied for 3rd place at 7 under par. Round 2 will pick up tomorrow morning with the Golden Flashes only 2 strokes behind the lead. And the Friday Night Lights playoff push is heating up. When we come back, we'll take a look at our high school football games of the week. So don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities, and this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Every one of us has a voice, and every voice has the power to shape the world. Ours is no different. Our voice is 85 years in the making, a voice that's more than 700 students strong, one of the largest in the nation. It's 10 different award-winning media partners sharing 34 outlets, all working united toward a common goal. Our voice reaches 30,000 households on TV, over 22,000 magazine readers per year, 500,000 newspapers, feature films in stores nationwide. Our voice is pride in what we do. It empowers students, emerging professionals, to ask tough questions and demand answers. We believe in our voice. We believe in its ability to change the world. And our voice makes us who we are.
Portage County played host to a battle of unbeatens this past Friday. Let's head to Streetsboro for their matchup with Norton. And here we go. The Rockets playing host to the Panthers in this one. Norton on offense here, grounding and pounding. Peyton Gardner breaks free, and his helmet comes off, and he's in the open field, but he will get stopped just short of the end zone. And now Norton goes to work right after that huge gain. They will hand it off to Cooper Nipulio, and he rushes through for the big touchdown there. Now Streetsboro's turn on offense. Not much going for the Rockets on offense today, but this big run by Mason Klimek will get Streetsboro on the board for their only score of the game. Norton back on offense. Toby Taka to pass will hit a wide open Jacob Ford for the long touchdown pass. That'll extend Norton's big lead. They were dominating Streetsboro all game. And now Streetsboro near the Norton red zone. Klimek will throw one over the middle, but it is picked off by Luke Dobbins, and he's looking to return this one all the way. He's got plenty of space in front of him. He will unfortunately get stopped at midfield, and Norton wins big 28-6.
And now to Woodridge Coventry as the Bulldogs were going up against the Comets as David Thompson, he'll have that touchdown from 15 yards out. Later on, Comets trying to get something going on offense, but it is intercepted by Evan Dube. And for the Bulldogs, this was a huge game for them as Kamari Mitchell gets it in for the touchdown, keeps it himself. And then Kamari Mitchell again, I mean, he gets so open. It looks like he's running to the Mitchell's Ice Cream Parlor. That's in for 6 as well. And for the Bulldogs here, Evan Dube gets this long bomb from his quarterback, Gavin Lynch, for the end zone touchdown. 31-0, Woodridge flies past Coventry.
And now we head out to Waterloo, where the Vikings were hosting Lowellville. We'll pick it up with Lowellville on offense, and Vinny Lako, he muscles his way in for the Rockets touchdown. And now Lowellville on offense again. Vinny Balone, he throws a strike to Brady Bodnowski for another Rocket score. Now Waterloo on offense. Jaden Haken, he'll take the direct snap and muscle his way for a gain just shy of the end zone. And the next play, Bobby Macon, he will take the handoff, he'll run to the left, and he will just sneak his way into the end zone for a Vikings touchdown in this one. And now Waterloo back on offense. They hand the ball off to Macon, and he's making some big plays, and he goes in for another touchdown. Waterloo yet again, they're running all over Lowellville. This time Mason Duncan, he's breaking off for a huge run, but he will just get stopped short of the end zone. But the next play, Duncan will get his touchdown. He runs it to the left, and he just gets in the end zone. Big touchdown there for Waterloo. But Lowellville looking to add to their score. And Balone, he lets one fly to Bonowski down the sideline for the huge touchdown. Lowellville wins it 31-28.
What's up, Portage County? I'm Della Fowler here with your TV2 Sports Report. Let's talk about high school football this weekend.
Okay, Della, we had 2 undefeated teams play this week, but Streetsboro seemed to sink while Norton swam. What do you think set them apart in their 28-6 victory?
Streetsboro for sure maintained control of the clock for the majority of the game, showing the big difference between Streetsboro's undefeated and Norton's undefeated. Whenever Norton's offense even got the ball, they shut down pretty quickly. I mean, if you barely get the ball and don't do much of it when you have it, your chances of winning aren't very high, sadly, for them.
And following a blowout win last week, Coventry seemed to absolutely tank against Woodridge. Is Woodridge that good, or is Coventry that bad?
I would definitely say it's a little bit of both. Coventry seemed to have some good chances and beautiful plays, but Woodridge's defense seemed to always answer the call. Stats-wise up the match pretty evenly, considering total plays and penalty yards, but Woodridge showed to have more first downs to make sense of their victory, of course.
Now it's shifted to the Lowellville game. Lowellville versus Waterloo looked to be a really close game based on final scores, but was it really that close?
Lowellville definitely dominated for the majority of the game. They even had a 12-0 lead at the first quarter and seemed to have control of the ball for most of the first half, in fact. However, Waterloo came for a comeback after the half. The fourth quarter went back and forth, and Waterloo even made everyone nervous with their last-minute touchdown. But Lowellville was able to maintain their lead and end it to win 31-28.
All right, thank you, Della, for some high school intel. Let's go ahead and get to the horseshoe now as DJ Iron scores a nice touchdown. He finds Kanata Mumpfield for that early 7-0 score for the Zips, but Travion Henderson gets a 3-yard touchdown to put the game at 14-7. And just as expected, Ohio State's offense this game, they were clicking. Kyle McCord finds Jackson Smith in the Jigba from 34 yards out to just keep the points coming at this point in time. Later on, the Zips are looking for some type of magic. Can they cut it to a touchdown? No, it gets picked off by Ronnie Hickman. Goes 46 yards to the house, and Ohio State is going good on offense. They're going good on defense. Master Teague, everyone has to eat at this point from 15 yards out. That's a touchdown for the Buckeyes. And to cap it all off, Evan Pryor. He's going to get this ball, and he'll just run 12 yards, and hello, good night, see you later, Akron Zips. 59-7, Ohio State wins pretty convincingly over Akron, and they will go to 3-1 on the year.
And now we will go to this game, Clemson and NC State. First quarter, the Wolfpack will tie the game right at the end of the first with this Devin Leary pass to Emeka Emezi. Now fourth quarter, NC State up 14-7. But Clemson looking to score, and DJ Uiagalelei will take the ball, and he'll run for a huge gain inside the Wolfpack 10. But the next play, Clemson will tie the game. The handoff will go to Will Shipley, and we are tied at 14. Clemson not going down without a fight. Into the first overtime. Clemson on offense. Uiagalelei hits Justin Ross to put the Tigers up 21-14. NC State's turn, and that's Leary to Thayer Thomas to tie the game. NC State can win it in the second overtime. Leary, a deep shot to Devin Carter, back of the end zone, touchdown Wolfpack. They upset the 9th-ranked Tigers. They win it 27-21, and the fans storm the field in this huge win for the Wolfpack. And when we come back, week 3 action, we'll take a look around the AFC North matchups.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. How could you not love him?
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Wizard, roll for deceasedness.
My Dark Wizard casts Super Fireball.
The wizard has only rolled an 8.
What? This is garbage! Spell.
No way
Level
a roll like that
10.
doesn't hit a level 1
I
goblin.
have
Are
7.
you serious? You gotta be kidding
Oh my
me.
god!
I have
What is
it's
going
just a
on?
baby goblin.
Cease your quarreling, children.
What?
No! What are you doing, you crazy monster?
Nanny?
Oh my
What?
You should stop being nerds and playing D&D and be nerds and watch All Systems Go Wednesdays at 9, where we talk everything from movies, games to anime and more.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Go watch All Systems Go.
Welcome back. Browns fans found themselves rooting against a familiar face on Sunday. And in Cleveland, there he is, Justin Fields. Odell Beckham is back. We'll pick up the second quarter. The game's tied at 3 until this Baker Mayfield touchdown to Austin Hooper to give the Browns a 10-3 lead at half. And now jumping to the third quarter, Justin Fields will take the snap. He'll look to pass, and he'll roll out left. But the man of the game, Myles Garrett, chases him down. The big fella, Browns record 4.5 sacks. Now to the fourth quarter, Kareem Hunt wants to join in on the fun. Makes one miss. Makes another miss, sidesteps that guy, and he's off to the races into the end zone. He goes. Big touchdown there for Hunt. He puts the Browns up 20-6, and they are not looking back. Bears on offense again. Fields pressured. He rolls right. Myles Garrett yet again said his name a lot in this game. Gets the sack. Browns dominate and win 26-6.
Now heading up to Ford Field for Ravens and Lions. Lamar Jackson making this just look too easy to Devin Duvernay in the back of the end zone on a 3rd and 18 to make it 10-0. But the Lions, they had some answers of their own. Jared Goff rolls out, and he finds DeAndre Swift, and this will keep the drive going. Picks up the first down and some more. Lions knocking on the door. DeAndre Swift, he'll get the touchdown. He'll cut that lead to 13-7. PAT was good. And we're going to go get it to Jamal Williams now. He will score to cut the lead to 16-14. So with the Lions down 2, they have a chance to pick up their first win on the year. Lamar Jackson, he'll stop, he'll roll back, and he will try and find an open receiver, but that is intercepted by Amani Oruwari. He will get that for the Lions. 35-yard field goal by Ryan Santoso. It is good. Lions up 17-16 with 1:04 left, but Lamar Jackson is special. He is something else. He finds his receiver, Sammy Watkins, for 36 yards down the field. And Justin Tucker, oh me, oh my. Baltimore Ravens go to 2-1 tonight. 19-17 is your final, and the Ravens shock the Lions.
And now to Heinz Field we go. Big divisional game, Cincinnati visiting the Steelers. And we'll head to the first quarter in this one. Joe Burrow will take the snap, and he'll hit Tyler Boyd. He'll cut right, take the big hit, but stays on his feet, and he runs it in for 6. Bengals go up 7-0 in this one. And now to the second quarter. Steelers trying to tie up the game, and they will do that. Ben Roethlisberger to Pat Freiermuth to tie the game up at 7 before half. But not so fast. The Bengals say they want some points. Joe Burrow lets it fly down the sideline. Touchdown, Jamar Chase. That puts the Bengals up 14-7 before the half, actually. And third quarter now. Burrow, he'll take the snap. He's looking. And wide open, of course, Jamar Chase back of the end zone. That's his second of the game. Bengals up 24-7, and that would be all she wrote in this one. Bengals go into Pittsburgh, take care of business, and win 24-10.
Hello everyone, I'm Matthew Mergent, and what a great game it was between the Chiefs and Chargers, so let's jump into the highlights. Here is Justin Herbert, drops back and dumps it off to Eckler, who takes it to the house. The Chargers jump out to a 14-0 lead. Now Mahomes says, I can do that too, and dumps off to his own running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, for the touchdown to take the lead right back. Now Herbert again fires one to Mike Williams. What a year he's having to regain the lead early in the fourth. Now the Chiefs, Mahomes hands it off to McCole Hardman for the jet sweep. Touchdown Chiefs late in the fourth. Chiefs take the lead right back. The Chargers would tie the game. Mahomes and Justin Herbert down the middle. And they will get the first down. Now Mahomes in familiar territory. Trying to lead his team once again to the victory. Lobs it up and is intercepted by the Chargers defense. And then the Chargers would reach the end zone. Herbert looks for the open man and lobs up to Mike Williams for the toe tapper, and that will do it. Chargers get a big win and take the W with a final score of 30-24.
So Matt, after the Chiefs lost to the Chargers, is there a reason for concern that this Chiefs team has right now with a 1-2 start?
There's a lot of concern for the Chiefs. The defense has always been just good enough in years past to get by with that stacked offense. However, 75 points through 3 weeks is not going to get it done. I believe in Mahomes and that offense to continue to put up big numbers, but this defense has to step up to continue to win.
Who do you think are some under-the-radar teams that people need to look out for?
I think the Raiders are a team to watch out for. They are off to a hot 3-0 start and have beat 2 legit teams in the Ravens and Steelers. Yes, 2 of the games went to overtime, but that's a testament that they have hung on and won in big-time situations. Denver also is a team to watch out for if they beat the Ravens this Sunday. To me, they need to beat a team that has a winning record in order to prove that they're in that conversation with teams that fly under the radar. And then there's the obvious contenders like Tampa Bay, the Rams, Browns, Bills, and Packers.
Now, Matt, going into next week, after a great win over the Bears, what can the Browns do to become even better and get on that next level than what they are right now?
The Browns need to improve the play of their offensive line. They allowed 5 sacks to the Bears defense. I understand they are dealing with injuries, but the backups need to step up and buy Baker more time. Also, another key component for the Browns will be Chubb and Hunt continuing to play at a high level week in and week out. This is a must if they want to have continued success throughout the season.
All right, Matt,
and when we come back, we'll have our award-winning segments like Men on the Silver Mountain, Austin's Magic Moneyline, and my Stardom and Situm.
Can we get strawberries? Okay.
Welcome back to Sports Corner, everybody, and you know what time it is. Let's get to Austin's Magic Money Line, shall we? So, we were 0-3 in Week 1. I understand that I wasn't on last week, but this week we have some interesting picks. I got the Ravens plus 110 over the Denver Broncos. I think the Broncos haven't even played anyone remotely good, and the Ravens have at least had better outcomes in tougher games. In the UFC this weekend, there's Johnny Walker. He's plus 170 over Thiago Santos. Santos is on a 2-3 fight losing streak, and Johnny Walker's an up-and-coming prospect. I expect Walker to get by Santos. And for football, I have Houston with the plus 150 over Tulsa. Houston is the better program. They're moving to the Big 12 in a couple years, and Tulsa had a lucky, performance, in my opinion, against Ohio State. I think Houston wins that game in a convincing fashion. That's my Magic Money Line for this week, and pound those money lines, folks, because I promise a 3-0 weekend.
I have not been off to the best of starts yet, with only starting DJ Moore being the best advice. However, we are looking to go 2 for 2 this week. I say start Mike Williams. He's the second best fantasy receiver, averaging 25 points. Even with Keenan Allen, Williams is averaging 10 targets a game. And sit Jonathan Taylor. The last 2 weeks have not been pretty for Taylor owners. Just 6 and 8 points in those 2 games, with rushing attempts going down each game, and only 4 total targets in the last 2 games. It is not looking good for the future. Look to sit him down this week. And my man on the Silver Mountain is Justin Tucker. As a Browns fan, I normally have to root against him. However, this amazing feat was against the Lions, and it was insane. From 66 yards out, Tucker let it fly, and he gave it just enough to hit the crossbar and bounce in. I believe this is a record that will never be broken, as Tucker broke the previous record by 2 yards and barely made it as it bounced in.
My man on the Silver Mountain this week is the man, the myth, the legend, Aaron Rodgers. As the usual story goes, as great players make great plays in the game's biggest moments, and with 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter and the Packers down only 1 point, the only person's number to call is the man who has 9 game-winning drives in his career. With Aaron Rodgers' precision to Devontae Adams for 2 huge passes to give his team a chance to win, the going seemed tough. There was no surprise. The kick was good, and so was Aaron Rodgers, by the way, if you haven't known. Thank you guys for just bringing us into your homes tonight. From Austin Arnold
and Ian Herman.
Thank you guys for watching Sports Corner. Hope to see you next week. Have a great night.